this year. A $40,000 solar-powered EV is slated to roll off the line. The three-wheel Aptera is a 400-mile EV that can capture up to 40 miles worth of free solar energy daily. But not a single one is on the road yet. So how does this car go from pipe dream to pipeline? Joining us now, Aptera Motors co-founder and co-CEO, Steve Fambro. Steve, great to have you. You got to tell me how this thing works.
Hey, thank you for having us. Our secret is really efficiency. By making a super efficient vehicle, we can use a smaller battery, making it more affordable. We can go longer range, and then we can use our solar technology to make it charge itself up to about 40 miles per day.
What about on a cloudy day?
On a cloudy day, you might have to charge it less or plug it in every couple of weeks. But for the most part, most Americans won't have to plug it in.
Do you have backup storage? Right. So the whole issue with some of the solar power or the wind power is on a cloudy day or a rainy day, there isn't a way to store that. Can you store that energy in a battery?
Yeah, it's like a normal EV, except it also has a solar charger on it. So think about it that way. Most people plug their EV in their garage every night. I have 3 EVs at home, so we're always fighting over the charger. With this vehicle, you don't have to fight over it. It just charges itself. That's
pretty incredible. I want to talk about funding. Teslas, we talk about just in the alternative market away from gas combustion engines, has been a success. Somehow you have Elon Musk who's been able to raise money and bring it to market. How has the fundraising round been for you to again get this thing on the road?
Well, we've had the largest crowdfunding in history, I believe, with this company, over $140 million from everyday people who want to see this vehicle in production. We have that crowdfunding going on right now. We're also going out for an institutional round of funding to get us into production.
Yeah, can you talk to me more about that institutional round? Is it VCs? Who's interested in this thing?
Well, Chris and I from the beginning said, how do we avoid VCs, from our experience in the past? And how do we use this new tool with crowdfunding to really get everyday people as owners into the company instead of, the VCs and their castles in Palo Alto. And the institutional round we're doing right now is a $60 million round, and that gets us into the start of production.
So tell me more about that. What is a production timeline? And then, we hope eventually a sales and delivery timeline.
Well, we have about 50,000 orders, almost 3 years of production backlog, so we got to start delivering them. We hope to have the first customer deliveries at the end of this year. Right now, we've finished building our concepts, we finished building our engineering prototypes, and now we're building the validation vehicles like the one you see behind me. These are the vehicles that will do things like ABS testing, airbag, efficiency testing, all the same kind of testing that you expect from a normal passenger vehicle.
When do you think we'll see them on the road?
Well, you're already seeing these on the road right now, just not in customers' hands, in our hands. But a customer might get the first key fob at the end of this year.
I have a question for you on Trump. He's talked a lot about sort of reversing a lot of what Biden wanted to do, going back to traditional gas cars, basically giving people choice. He's not mandating that everyone is forced to sell an EV and every customer isn't forced to buy an EV. He's talked about getting rid of the federal tax credit for EVs of about $7,500. How are you thinking about navigating this space with Trump, even in the midst of some of the changes that may impact your industry?
We have a simple vision at this company that every journey should be powered by the sun. And that's what drives us, and that's what drives our customers. So even though we didn't qualify for the other EV tax credits because we're a newer company and a different kind of vehicle, we still have almost 50,000 orders. So the people that love this vehicle, that want to buy this vehicle, they're going to buy it despite, whatever tax program is or is not in place. And that's how we approach a business. We're going to be successful. We're going to put these vehicles in customers' hands. And if there's a tax credit, great, but we don't need it, and we've got the order book to prove that.
And nothing has changed in conversations with investors since the election?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry. Nothing has changed in conversations with investors about that. I mean, everyone's looking at things like the tariffs or tax credits. All those are factors, and we'll deal with those factors. But fundamentally, we believe the journey should be powered by the sun, and so do our customers. And if the tax credit is there, that's great, but it's not driving our business right now.
Okay, well, Steve Fambro, we so appreciate your time. And I have to say, those things, they look pretty cool. So we wish you luck.
Thank you.